Hello, it's Andrew Eborn here with another edition of Lives on Lockdown. Coming up after this break, I am joined again by Maddi the Magician, all the way from Toronto. Don't go away. Right, well, welcome back. It's Andrew Eborn here with Lives on Lockdown. I'm going to go all the way, take you all the way to Toronto with my great friend, Maddi. How you doing, Maddi?
I'm doing good.
Wonderful. What I loved is last time we were here, we put the world to rights, we sorted out all the problems and the power of positive thinking, which I think is fantastic.
Yeah, we all have to stay positive, and we have to not only stay positive for ourselves, but for each other. We have to support each other. And if you have a friend who is having a hard time, give them a call, reach out. They probably need to talk. Even if they don't want to talk about the situation or about, maybe they're in a bad financial situation or whatever is going on. Just give them a call because, people want to be in touch, and we all need that. I've had friends who've reached out to me and I have appreciated it. So I try to do the same to them.
Yeah, and that's the great thing about this is because we can reach out over the world, reach all the way, all the zillions of miles to Toronto to get you on today as well, which is fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, it's good to be here. And yeah, we're talking about the world. We're talking about lockdown.
Yeah, lives on lockdown. Well, I tell you, it's a lockdown and locks down. How are you doing with your haircuts and things like that?
Oh man. So I had to shave. I had to shave for one of the Zoom gigs that I was telling you about because I was like, I cannot go on camera like this.
Did you shave your head? Did you do the whole
No,
lot?
no, I just did my beard. My beard was getting out of control, so I shaved that. Probably will be taking care of myself, grooming more. But for the first few weeks, I just let whatever happen.
Oh no, I think that was absolutely right. I think people started to look like cavemen and women, didn't they?
Yeah, yeah, because well, look, we don't get dressed for each other. We're dressed right now for each other. I mean,
Yeah.
we don't get dressed for ourselves. When I'm at home, if I was just on my laptop right now reading a book or practicing magic, I probably wouldn't be, depending on the temperature, maybe I wouldn't be wearing pants. They caught a newscaster. He was doing one of these news broadcasts from home, and he set up his camera so you can see like his chest and his body, and he's sitting on a stool and he's talking, telling the news, and they accidentally zoomed out of the frame. And I don't know why. The guy's in his house, but he's working, like he's on the news. He had no pants on. Just
Yay! That's what you want, though. I think that's fantastic, and I think a lot of people are working on that basis.
yeah, but it was just funny, to see this guy from the waist up, professional, crisp shirt, hair done, everything. Boom, professional mic. And then they accidentally zoom out the shot. Boom, he's in his boxers.
Well, I won't be standing up today. I'll stay seated.
yeah.
It's going to be good. The other thing which has gone down tremendously is the sale of deodorant.
Really? Well, look, people, we do a lot of this stuff for each other. We want to impress each other. But I think also a part of it is feeling good about yourself. I think a lot of people realize that even though you're home, you want to feel good about yourself. You want to feel good. A lot of people are doing exercise from home. They're taking care of themselves. I generally try to keep a schedule now, even if I have nowhere to go. In the morning, after I do some exercise, I'll take a nice shower, put on some nice clothes, comb my hair. I have nowhere to go, but it just helps you feel more normal.
Yeah, it's great advice. And again, what we're trying to do on this show is get lots of people saying, look, this is their routine. This is the new normal. Because actually, you can just live. They say that after this lockdown, you're either going to be a hunk, a chunk, or a drunk. I think that's what they say, isn't it?
I don't think I'm gonna make it into neither. I'm not motivated or depressed or I think it's just gonna be me coming out. And But I will say it has been hard on me physically because I love to go swimming. For me, it's almost like physiotherapy, to
Right.
be quite honest. And I was devastated the day that they closed the pool in my building. I have a swimming pool in my building, and they closed it obviously because of the coronavirus. But and I was like, oh no, what am I supposed to do? So you do some home exercises, but a lot of people. The first thing I'm going to do when when they decide it's safe, is go for a nice swim.
All right.
Like
You
it's going
must
to
miss
be
that. If
amazing.
that's part of your routine every day.
I swim. I swim every day. First thing in the morning, boom, pop in the pool.
How long do you swim for?
Honestly, I do. I try to do as long as I can. If I'm working, probably will only get an hour in. But if I'm at home or something, I'll spend the whole morning. I'll spend like 2, 3 hours down in the pool, and it just totally refreshes me, gets everything out of me, and I feel amazing for the rest of the day. And then at night, I'm ready to drop. Like as soon as as soon as it's bedtime, there's no like, oh, I don't feel tired, let me do something. No, it's like, oh, I gotta get to bed, see you guys later.
Yeah, I love the water. I grew up by the seaside when I was 6 or 7 down in Bracklesham Bay, and it is so good to go out on the beach and just enjoy the water, isn't it?
It is. It is. It's a beautiful thing. It's a very healthy thing. And as people get older, one of the reasons I think why people deteriorate as they age is they don't keep physically active. And even people who do keep physically active, they have one injury. I've known a lot of people, they get one injury, and even though they were active before, it totally throws them out of their routine, and all of a sudden they gain weight, and you just see it seems like they age 10 years in 10 months.
Yeah,
That you don't see them for a year, and then you see them, it's like, what happened?
yeah.
And it's usually because of an injury. So I think for me, it's a great thing. It's something I want to continue my whole life. It's a very low what do they call it, low resistance,
Yeah, yeah.
something like that. But there's no, you're not bearing any weight, so it's almost impossible to get hurt.
No, and it is one of the best forms of exercise. And what I love about it as well is that you can get some older folk. We were talking about those earlier in lockdown. And actually, because they take care of the gravity bits, people get a new sense of whatever when they can swim. Even young babies can swim. It's a
It
fantastic
is.
way of exercising.
It is. And for older people, I think it's great. When I usually go early, I go as early as I can. And when you go early, it's me and the 70, 80-year olds in the pool. Like we're an odd bunch, you know. But that's what it is, because they want to, and usually those are people who have kept that as a routine. And I think if you can do something that makes your body feel good, that's good for your health, just do it, because it's so easy to pick up bad habits in life. We know people, it happens all the time. Everybody's dealing with stress, everybody's dealing with anxiety, and people pick up bad habits of dealing with it. Maybe they're stressed out, they eat, maybe they go out, I gotta get a smoke in, I gotta, or I gotta drink. And it's just all these little things that are not good for us when we do it a lot.
Yes.
So I'd rather, if I'm stressed, have a good habit. I'm stressed out, go to the pool, lift some weights, do something like that. For me, I try to organize my life that way.
Yeah, no, very good. And tell me, because we touched on this earlier, tell me about your magic career. How did you get into it?
I got into magic when I was a teenager. Technically, I might have gotten into it before. I have a teacher who remembers me being in recess, inside during recess, because I had a surgery. So I would spend the recesses inside while I had a cast and everything. And they remembered me doing a magic show. I don't remember any of that, but I always remember being attracted to it. I didn't grow up from a rich family. We didn't really have anything. So, we didn't have, these TV networks where you could see all this magic and stuff. But I'd have kids at school who would come to school and be like, oh, wow, we saw this amazing magician on TV, and they would describe it. And I was a kid and I was like, wow, you know, that's amazing, and I was always interested in it. And then I saw a few magicians growing up. Most of them were not that good, but it didn't matter to me because I knew there was good magicians out there. Then when I had more and more access to the internet, and this was pre-YouTube. I don't even remember where I found the videos, but I would find magic videos of guys like David Copperfield and David Blaine and Darren Brown and all these people, and I would just watch it. And at first I didn't think I could do that type of magic. David Copperfield, there's no way I could do that type of magic. David Blaine, for me, it was very hard to manipulate props. But when I saw Darren Brown, I all of a sudden said, wow, this is something I can do. He uses memory, he uses hypnosis, he uses suggestion, psychology. So I thought, maybe I don't have hands, maybe I can't manipulate these props, but I have a brain and I have a mouth, and maybe I can work on some of this stuff. So the first few years when I was doing it, I would say between the ages of 13 to 17, I was doing all very Darren Brown type psychological experiments, things with memory. I was just trying to do this stuff. I was doing psychic readings, palm readings, just everything to do with that world, and that's how I really got started.
Oh, no, fantastic. And who do you particularly admire in the magic world? You mentioned some great names already.
I admire so many people. Magic is one of these great things where everybody has a different style. And so for me, I don't just look up to one person, but I would say from the people today who I look up to, it's hard because, again, there's so many people who are so good in different areas. But I would say well-rounded. I would say Darren Brown is probably my favorite in that he's been able to create excellent TV shows throughout the years. I'm a big fan of them. Some I don't like as much as others, but to be honest, I think they were all pretty good, and some are just excellent. And then he's also been able to combine that with a wonderful live career on stage, doing magic for the public. So for me, that's the ideal, and that's what David Copperfield did before him. David Blaine is now going more and more into doing live shows. I saw his live show, was it a year ago? I think about a year ago. And it was wonderful. It was such a great...
I mean, he toured that. I saw him over here in London as well. So it's superb.
It's such a, and it's what you feel you would see from him on TV.
Yeah.
It's like, it's that same person on TV. So many times you see somebody on TV and they can't, they're so different in real life, but he really delivered. And Darren Brown also does those same experiences. David Copperfield, to his credit, David Copperfield's done extravagant, over-the-top things on TV, just unbelievable things. But he also delivers that on stage in person. So
and what's really magical about it is when they can take it down, because now with cameras everywhere, you can do the smallest tricks and the most beautiful effects, and you can also play on the emotions. So David Blaine, when I saw him, he brought his daughter on stage, and she's such a brilliant show person in herself. She's fantastic.
Yeah, well, it's drama, and it's one of the things that I realize watching a lot of magic and just trying to understand what's good magic, what's bad magic, is you have to make people care. Well, why do people care? What's the drama? What's the situation? And it's not necessarily through telling stories, but there needs to be something that connects the audience to whatever it is that they're seeing. Because if there's no connection, if there's no emotional or psychological investment, it just means nothing. And for me, I see a lot of magicians who underpower themselves in their shows and their whole personas. It's maybe, their brand. I'm not a fan of it. I like the guys who I really look up to have always kept a mystique they have almost a hidden source of power to what they do. You do get a sense of that with David Copperfield. You do get a sense of that with David Blaine and Darren Brown. Even though, you know, they've done interviews, they've done, you know, all this stuff, there's a very mysterious element to them where it's beyond, you know, just them doing tricks for people. You know what I mean?
Oh, no, I totally know what you mean. And when people say about what's a magician, I think it's not so much what you do, but how you do it. You want to install that wonder, the sense of wonder, which is the important thing. And I think so many magicians at the moment worry too much about, I want to have as many new tricks as possible, as opposed to just focusing on creating that sense of wonder.
Well, one of the weird things that I've noticed in magic, maybe it's in other industries, I don't know. I haven't thought about it enough, but I think a lot about magic, so I can say it about that, is a lot of people have sort of turned themselves into like caricatures, almost like cartoon characters. And, you know, it's a stylistic choice. You can be that, you can do that. It can work very well. It's just something that I've never wanted to be. I've never wanted to aspire to be. I just want to be, I just want to be a magician. I don't want to be, you know, this guy who, you know, this fun guy who does these tricks and, you know, there's, I don't know. I'm a very old school.
Well, no, but old school is good, and I think you're right. I mean, being a magician is like, it's what a number of, Jeff McBride, for example, says, you live the life. I mean, the famous quote about a magician is just an actor playing the role of a magician. The trouble is some people are very lousy at acting, aren't they?
Well, it goes beyond acting. There's a commitment to the persona. And it's not necessarily you're putting on an act every single day in your public life. But a lot of people don't want to ever really go into that role of being a magician. And a magician is somebody who's supposed to have incredible power. And a lot of people are afraid of that. So I think they diminish the power. They try to, you know, they want to be corny. They want to be almost tacky because they're uncomfortable with presenting stuff as powerful. And so I see that a lot, and it's not to my taste, but I understand why people do it. I just don't want to do it for myself.
No, I understand. Now, I know you said you're going to show us something, and I know lots of people have been writing in saying, oh, I'm going to get Madhi to show us something. What would you like to show us?
Yeah, let's do something. Do you have a deck of cards?
I do have a deck of cards. I pulled one up.
I have a deck of cards too. So a lot of people have seen me do this piece of magic on TV, and maybe we can put the camera on my little pad.
Okay, we've got the camera on your pad as well. We've got on both.
Okay, so what you're going to do is open your deck up, and take out any 5 black cards and any 5 red cards. It doesn't matter.
5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, and 5 black and 5 red. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I've got them. Shall I get rid of the rest of the deck?
Yes, and all you're going to do is watch and follow exactly what I do, and I'll do this very slowly for you.
My 5. Yeah.
Excellent. So you're going to put the red into one pile on one side of the table and the black on one pile on the other side of the table.
I don't have the extra camera, but assume that I've done it. Yes, okay, that's good.
We'll assume that you did it. If you follow and you guys just watch this, it should work. It should be big enough so you guys can see.
Okay.
Turn these 2 piles face down.
Yeah.
And now you're going to put 1 red card down in the middle, and you're going to put a black card on top.
Okay, I'm doing that.
And then a red and a black and a red and a black and a red and a black and a red and a black.
Black, yeah.
So all the cards are now on top of each other, one by one. Red, black, red, black, red, black. Now you're going to cut and complete the cut wherever you want.
Okay, I'm cutting and completing the cut. Yep, I can do it up here. Yep, okay, done that.
Now spread it over the cards and grab the top 2 cards together.
Top 2 cards together, yes.
Turn them over together and put them back on top of the deck.
Okay, done that.
Face up. Now you're going to cut and complete the cut.
Cut and complete the cut. I can do that up here. Yeah, done that.
Now, once again, you're going to spread, grab the top 2 cards together,
Yeah.
turn them over together, and put them
Okay.
back on the deck.
Yeah.
Cut and complete the cut.
Cut and complete the cut. Okay, done that.
Now, think of either red or black. You
I
got
got
one?
it. Yep, got one.
Don't tell me, but if you thought of the red, you're going to grab the top 2 cards together, turn them over together, and put them back on top of the deck. If you thought of the black, though, spread the cards, grab the top 4 cards, cards together, turn them over, and put them back on the deck.
Okay, done
Got
that.
it?
Yeah.
And cut and complete the cut.
Cut and complete the cut. Okay, done that.
So now the cards are mixed, face up, face down, every single direction.
They certainly are.
You're going to take one card. By the way, all the cards are in different directions. Don't turn them over, but deal one card to the left and then one card to the right.
Okay, one card to the left, one card to the right. Yeah.
And then again, left and then right. Left,
yeah.
Right, left, right, left, right.
Okay, done that.
Now you should have 2 piles. Look at me and grab any pile that you want. Pick it up now.
Okay, I've got it.
Turn it over.
Turn it over.
Yes, and put it on top of the other pile.
Okay, I've done that.
And now square.
Okay, I've done that. I've pulled it out to my fingertips again. Yeah.
Now cover it with your other hand so that they can't see it.
Okay.
Now, you were thinking of the blacks, right?
I was thinking of the blacks, yes.
Okay, so here's what we'll do. Because you were thinking of the blacks, all the black cards are going to turn face up in your hands. Every single black card is going to turn face up in your hands. And they're also going to turn up in my hand. Watch what I'm doing, and then you'll check yours first.
Okay.
Look, over here, I have a face up, face up, face up, black and black and black, face up.
Good heavens.
I have 5 cards face down, and these are all red.
That is a miracle. I love it.
And check your
hands. Take mine, if I fan mine out.
Fan yours out. Show everybody black and black and black.
4, 5, 6, 7. Those are all black, and behind are all red. That is absolutely incredible. Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty fun, isn't it?
How many? We did that with social distancing. How many miles are we apart? I love it.
A few thousand.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. And so that's the type of magic, this is the type of magic that I'm experimenting with. And it's, it's quite different because I could show you something on camera.
Yeah.
I do a lot of close-up magic, but this is something different for me. And I like it because so much of the magic is people being able to watch up close, to be able to hold things. Right. And when you can do stuff in people's hands by giving them instructions and you're creating a very clear story for them, they know what they're doing, and there's a magical outcome. It's a really cool experience. So
no, it's more than cool. It's hot and cool. I love it.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Well, listen, it's been a real joy having you here. Will you come and join us again?
Yes, I would. Anytime.
Okay, fantastic. Well, for now, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye. So how brilliant was that? What a joy. We took you all the way to Toronto, all the way to see Madhi Gilbert, and he will be joining us again very, very soon. So if you have any suggestions as a special guest to join me, Andrew Eborn, here on Lives on Lockdown, do let me know. I've taken you to Barbados, I've taken you to Australia, we've been to China, we've been to Hong Kong, we've been to Japan, we've been throughout Europe. And what I love about it is we're getting firsthand people's experience during these extraordinary times. Do put your comments at the bottom over here like that. Also subscribe to Octopus TV for more exclusive content. But for now, be good, be safe, stay alert.